as we'll see Baker Mayfield and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Trey Lance and the Baltimore Ravens.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
two.
Set to go now in Week 6. Underway on EA Sports. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here come the Bengals now to take over. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
1st and 10, Mayfield. And Beasley with it over the middle. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Robertson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 37. Mayfield looks to throw. Looking for Beasley. Got him on his slant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. The numbers for him from a week ago. 8 catches, 99 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Mayfield with it once more. That swung out wide to Sanders. Touchdown, Bengals. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
I love this thing during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Play action. Now it's Lance. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Finally. Something
Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of what you described, they ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back. Throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that. Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Mayfield's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Let's bring it.
Mayfield.
Good job.
Incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. This defense for the Bengals, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will find his man Ruggs. And all the way down to the 35. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Lance to throw it. And Short calls it in. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash.
But that's a hell of a throw. I scared myself.
Connection on that one.
Oh, he threw it up and over and get it up and get it down. Good job. Finally do something good.
Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know that's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Single receiver.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Right, let's go. Hey, Mike.
Mayfield down.
Oh, good hand.
The left sideline, but it's
Who the fuck was that?
incomplete.
Receiver
that?
coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Let's get off the field. Let's get up.
On the draw, here's Sanders.
Oh,
And he's going to be
that's a
stopped
ballsy play
short of a
call.
first down as they get to him at about the 33. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that block. That's big time.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 11. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues.
I'm coming. Turn. Switch.
Now a play fake. Lance. He'll air this one deep for Anderson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
2nd and 10. On play action, Lance. And he'll find Ruggs on the right side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First down carry for Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easy.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bengals force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face.
Why did he...
interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong?
Just catch
another one here
bro.
in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
So how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Mayfield. He finds his man, complete. It's Robertson. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big play there for Cincinnati. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
The guy that makes this offense go, and when you're an RB1, running back 1, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
He'll have a first down past the 40, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Flush to his right.
Oh, that's my fault. That's a bad throw.
Shot, couldn't connect.
Fuck.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Come on, kids. I need y'all to stand up.
Henry running right. Running right through it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground,
Cut that
he's going to
bitch
keep
up.
making
Let's
runs
go.
like that. I feel the press
Micah
box
Hyde.
shaking
Let's go.
every
Get
time he
some.
touches the rock.
Pussy. Pop through there.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Here's Lance. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us. To the 2-minute warning.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
On 2nd and goal, Lance. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And Lance now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time.
Oh my God,
Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the
By
touchdown.
the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way,
You got it.
I just went right past it. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Mayfield to throw it. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield.
Oh, turn
He finds his
around,
man
nigga.
complete. It's Robertson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's a 2nd down.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Now Mayfield slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And within trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Chark. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A big play there just before halftime. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of big decision can open up to even more big plays.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. The Lance going to throw. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown. DJ Chark, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Dog.
And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw, Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, McCloy. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will knot things up here late in the 1st half. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal. Not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
It's our time. It's our time. 57's the mic, right? Sponge!
A final shot before half for Lance. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. Time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. In the early games, a lot of good matchups, one being in Indianapolis. A tough one for the Colts as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams.
Time quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even 1st half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
You got it.
From the 22, Lance, and a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing on first down is Lance. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Again to Henry. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. To throw, it's Lance. Here's a diving catch right side. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And able to work his way down to the 16. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We all love that. In the backfield, guy can take it the distance, but in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't it?
They'll try and run for it with Henry. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Watch the safety green. Check 31. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's stopping right there. Hey, we got 4. Got 4 down, 4 down.
Now Lance. And this is caught. Baltimore. John Bates, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. They go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he's going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Mike's 15, Mike's 15. Hey, watch the ball. Hey, look, we're going to go Mike 15, guys. Mike 15, all right? Watch the run, watch out.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got his man here, Beasley. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Mayfield off the play fake. He finds his man, complete. It's Robertson.
Here we go, here we go.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Where is Cole Beasley?
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Sanders on 1st down with a little bit of space as he works his way forward, a gain of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards.
Oh, come on, y'all.
That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Do what we do.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Mike 15. Mike 15. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
A give running left. It's Sanders. Powers through. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 79 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal. We got a seal.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Damian Harris, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They begin with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
He'll buy some time right. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. And now they'll throw with Lance. Flushed out right. Reception here by Ruggs. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up. And they are shredding them in this ball game.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the eye. Check 37. Check 37. I got him.
They'll run on 1st down.
Bro, block
It's
him.
Henry. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Scout Anderson on the slant. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Three buzz. He's checking. Crash. Ship. Watch the ship.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Oh, the kids,
Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Lutz with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it was polished off by a Tariq Cohen touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And off the deflection, it's caught. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Guaranteed they've been talking a lot about, can we find something that'll go our way? And that tip ball, that definitely just did.
Well, and with this margin manageable, yeah, that gives them a little juice maybe on the tip.
They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. That could help them get right back in it.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
He's got McLaurin.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Here's Baker.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Mayfield.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. The Sanders has got it complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Mayfield to throw.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Oh my God, bro.
And yes,
Marcus Peters, man.
So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called.
If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Play action. Now it's Lance. That is caught by Anderson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You've got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Lance to throw it. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Check. Lucky. Check safety.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. In position for the possible game winner, but they need to get up and spike it. Derrick Henry. And now they're inside the 10. He's brought down at the 9. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9. And the busy night for Henry continues. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. Second and goal from the 1. Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And joy will reign in the Inner Harbor as the Ravens have won it. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball, things are working, clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face.
Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.